What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City live stream, where today we're going to be doing my Champions League live watch-along of PSG taking on Manchester City in the Champions League. So before I do crack on with this live stream, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. That would be much appreciated. Now less than 400 subs away from my goal of 41,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. You can find them in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the stream. We are aiming for 100 likes. We're now only 73 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And thank you to everybody for leaving a thumbs up on the stream so far. It is much appreciated, and do get your thoughts as well in the live chat. We have got Vitumbiko, thank you very much for tuning in. We've got lovely Julia tuning in once more as well. Welcome to Julia. Rico, thanks for tuning in. Geffen as well. Rapunjai, thanks for tuning in too. Icy as well, getting plenty of thoughts there in the live chat. It is much appreciated. Dave, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Corey as well, thank you for tuning in. Mixid, thank you for tuning in too. And also, welcome to Rai as well. Big up to you, my friend. So, nice to see everybody once more. It feels like it's been a minute. It's been a very long week in the life of JSGC, but we are back again with streams. I did work really hard to try and get a stream on Sunday for the Ipswich game. Unfortunately, my computer thought it was a good idea to stop working. And because it had stopped working, I can't do the live streams. I operate off two different systems. I'll do a lot of my videos and edits off my laptop, and then the streaming stuff will be done off the computer. I need the computer for the streams. My laptop's not going to be able to put up with what I want it to be able to do when it comes to streaming, so I rely on the computer. The computer needed resetting, so it's been reset. It's all fresh and good to go. You may have seen a little hiccup at the start of the stream. That's exactly what that was. That was me just sorting out the settings that I'd preset. Again, I'm asking for the computer to do too much, so I've had to knock everything right down, and that took a couple of minutes. Hence, there was a load of buffering at the start, which hopefully I've managed to sort out, and everything should be crystal clear in terms of the visuals and crystal clear with the audio as well. So firstly, I would appreciate everybody just giving me a thumbs up that everything is clear, everything, you can see everything, you can hear everything, so I just know that everything's good to go for the rest of the live watch along. I do rely on the feedback from you guys, because I'm literally just sat here in front of the camera. Everything's showing a green light for me from OBS and YouTube, so I presume that everything's okay, but I don't like presuming. I like for you guys to let me know that everything is fine and dandy, so please do let me know. That would be much appreciated. Rightio then, do go and check out as well, if you so wish, today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. John, thanks for tuning in as well, much appreciated. I just realised YouTube's kicked all my moderators off from the other day, so I'm going to make everybody that I think was moderators one more, just so they can help moderate the chat. So in the meantime, I'm going to roll my promo video for today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. SofaScore are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores, along with the latest match information, the match statistics, not just limited to football, by the way. It's got you covered for all the sports that you guys love to follow, keeping you guys up to date with all the latest information and scores. It's a free app to download and worthwhile checking out, very highly rated, and anyone that does download SofaScore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. And thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do go and check them out. That would be greatly appreciated. Rightio then. So, we'll have a look at the teams. Very interesting. Manchester City's much more predictable than PSG's because Manchester City have only made one change from today's game. Ilkay Gundogan. I'd have stuck with the winning team. You don't change a winning team as far as I'm concerned. I would have stuck with the winning team and gone with Gundogan, but with Gundogan, he's getting no younger, so I can see why Manchester City have chosen to rotate him, and that's what's happened here. Bernardo Silva comes in for Ilkay Gundogan in City's only change in the starting 11. So, SofaScore's asking me, who do I think is going to win today's game? I'm going to go with Manchester City. 55% of SofaScore users agreeing, over 169,000 votes. 55% going with a City win, 17% with a draw, and 28% with a PSG win. I've also got my own poll rolling for you guys to go and leave your vote. Who wins today? PSG. 5% of you guys going with PSG, 85% going with a City win, and 10% going with a draw. The Bill, thank you for tuning in, much appreciated, my friend. So let's have a look at the teams. We'll start off first with PSG, lining up today with a 4-3-3 formation, starting with Donnarumma in goal. They're going with a back three made up of Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, and Mendes. Into midfield, they've got Neves, Ruiz, and Vitinha. And up top, you have got Dewey starting alongside him, Lee, and Barcola. On the bench for PSG today, who are led by manager Luis Enrique, you have got Tenas, Sofanov, Kimpembe, Beraldo, Zague, Lucas Hernandez, Zaire Emery, Mayulu, Tape, Ramos, Asensio, and Dembele. Some big names there on the bench, and I'm surprised Lucas Hernandez hasn't started this game. I thought he'd have been starting at the back. Kimpembe, he's back. I thought he would have been potentially starting in this game. He isn't. Ousmane Dembele, I thought he would have been starting this game as well. Some big calls there from Luis Enrique. So it'll be interesting to see now how PSG choose to approach this game. Are they changing things up because Manchester City are coming to town? Are they not happy with the work rate of some of these so-called superstars that they've got, that the manager's dared to drop them? Are they going with more legs into midfield, with Neves coming into the team rather than going with the normal? They normally go with a 5 at the back, and they normally go with a 2-man midfield of Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz. They've not done that. They've gone with a 3-man midfield. They're looking for extra legs, but they've taken one defender out. And to me, Hakimi and Mendes, they want to attack. They want to get forward, and that could leave the defence potentially isolated. And I'm looking at that. Marquinhos returns into the starting 11, captaining the side today, but Pacho ahead of Lucas Hernandez. It's some big calls, some really big calls made by Luis Enrique. So we'll see if Manchester City can capitalise upon that. Now, the average age of PSG's team today at just 23.8 years, so there's a lot of players for the future. Compare that with Manchester City, average age of City squad just under 27 years old at 26.9 years. So I find that really interesting, really interesting. Anyway, moving across to Manchester City, lining up with a 4-2-3-1 formation today. Goalkeeper Ederson in goal. It's a back four made up of Matheus Nunes on the right-hand side. Josko Gvardiol goes on the left, with Akanji and Ruben Dias starting as City's two centre-backs. Further ahead of them into midfield, we've got Mateo Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, and captain Kevin De Bruyne. Out on the right wing is going to be Phil Foden. Left wing Savinho in place of the injured Jeremy Doku. So there's the second change. I thought it was one change, no, it's two changes. Apologies. Jeremy Doku started the last game. It's Savinho that starts this game with Jeremy Doku having an injury, and Erling Haaland starts up top. For Manchester City, on the bench today, you've got Stefan Ortega-Moreno, Scott Carson. Great to see John Stones back for Manchester City as well. He is on the bench today. You've got Rico Lewis on the bench too, along with Max Elaine, Ilkay Gundogan, Jack Grealish, James McAtee, Nico O'Reilly, and it's great to see Jacob Wright back on the bench for Manchester City today as well. We are missing a few players. Rodri, our long-term absentee, he is in the stadium cheering on the players today. Oscar Bob still working his way back to fitness. as is Nathan Ake. I don't know what's happening with Jeremy Doku. He's injured, but we've got no details because no journalist thought it was a question worthy of asking Pep Guardiola. So great updates there from the journalists doing their job properly. And Kyle Walker set to sign for AC Milan, not in today's squad. That's going to be a loan transfer until the end of the season with an option to buy, which I'll give more details on in my daily Manchester City transfer update tomorrow. Of course, Manchester City have brought in a couple of players, including Kvicha Kvaratskhelia from RC Lens, signed him for just under £30 million. He cannot play in the Champions League in this phase because he's not registered. He has to be registered, and that can't come until we get to the next round of the Champions League. So he isn't eligible to play today, but is in line to potentially make his debut at the weekend against Chelsea. Same can be said, of course, with Vitor Reis, our new signing from Palmeiras too. Again, same situation, and it'll be the same situation when the Omar Marmoush transfer, which is all done and dusted, by the way. We're just waiting for City to formally announce that transfer, which I imagine will come either tomorrow, if not tomorrow, by Friday, as I think City will want to get the registration sorted. So he's also eligible to play against Chelsea on Saturday evening. Man City fan, thank you very much for tuning in. Rain, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Kawami, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. Julie said she voted for a win. 83% of you guys now with a Manchester City win. 4% for PSG and 13% for a draw. I will end that at kickoff. So, my score prediction. Difficult one. I did go 2-2 on my preview. That's before I knew the teams. No Ousmane Dembele and not going with Kimpembe or Lucas Hernandez. Man City, full of confidence, unbeaten in 2025. Won every game bar one. I fancy we can come to Paris and get a result. I fancy we can actually win this game because Champions League table doesn't make for great reading. City are in 24th place, the final spot to reach the playoffs to get into the last 16. We lose here today and we're maybe in a bit of danger about going out, but I think the players are full of confidence. PSG are currently outside the top 24 spots. They need a win as well. They're under a lot of pressure here. And I think City are going to put PSG under a bit of pressure. I'm going to go... do you know? 2-1. 2-1 Manchester City. I'm going Haaland and Foden to score for City today. Rightio, guys. So before I do crack on with the kickoff for this game, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. We're only 13 likes from being halfway there to get to 50 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and also your score predictions, as we do get the Champions League anthem, so feel free to boo along at home if you so wish. Nadir, thanks for tuning in. Going 2-2, I said that in my preview. I won't be surprised with a 2-2, and to be honest, if we can escape out of Paris with a point, it's going to put us under pressure going into the match against Club Brugge next week at home, but, you know, we should be beating Club Brugge at home. It should be happening, and hopefully we can make it happen. If we can win here, I think mathematically we're into the playoff. Win here and win next week, and we may just get a home tie second leg in the playoff as well. We will, though, definitely, I'm certain, this be in the playoffs, which means if we do get to the last 16, we will be at home for the first leg and away for the second leg, because we're not going to finish in the top 8 and get that top seed. Also, don't forget, guys, to check out my social media links. You can find them in the description. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. That would be much appreciated. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do go and check them out. That would be much appreciated. Looks like there's a lot of rain coming down at the Parc Des Princes tonight in Paris. Manchester City in a sold-out away end. I'm sure they'll be making some good noise. City players are going to look to try and silence the Paris Ultras today. Manchester City playing in their Oasis kits today. Their 4th kit. Got a 0-0 draw in that kit at home against Inter Milan in matchday 1. Excuse me. Ryan tuning in from Florida. We've got any Americans in? I think Florida had some snow in the last 24 hours in some areas. Seems to have been a bit nippy down in the southern parts of the United States. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Says, hi Jay, a draw wouldn't be a bad... It wouldn't. Just don't lose the game. And we can take confidence from that, I think. Andy and Alison, thank you for tuning in. It's great to see everybody. It's great to be back as well. Do hope you are well. Mordecai tuning in from Zambia in Africa, going with a nice positive 3-1 to Manchester City. Icy going with 3-2 to Manchester City. He reckons Johnny Stone's coming off the bench and grabbing a goal today as well. Boy Racer, thanks for tuning in. Tuning in from New Jersey. Says it's freezing there. Cold everywhere. It's cold here in the UK as well. Kingpin, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 4-2 victory today for Manchester City. Lots of positivity in the chat. Love it. Right, we've ended the poll, so 83% of you guys going with a Manchester City win. 12% going with a draw and just 3% going with a PSG win. Right, says some snow in North Florida as we do get kickoff for this game. So we'll just get the timer rock and rolling as Man City send the ball long. Flicked on there by Erling Haaland. The informed Phil Foden takes control of the ball, but he's just bullied off the ball. Snow in North Florida. Missed me by an hour's drive. Sad. It's a rarity. Really is a rarity. Rightio. There is a lot of rain. A lot of rain. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, new signing for PSG, is in the stands today, and that's nearly given away by City, and referee gives a free kick. I think it's Bernardo Silva that's brought down there, and PSG have got a player down. Put under pressure there. Tony, thanks for tuning in. Famous all around the world. Well, to be fair, I love interacting with our global audience. City making it all around the world, and it's great to be able to interact and speak with everybody. Rapunjai, please don't spam the chat. That'd be much appreciated. There is a lot of rain in Paris today. 1-0 Arsenal already. Whilst we're at it, I forgot I've not gone through the rules of the live stream. Rules for the live stream are very simple. No ruining it for others. No spamming. Pretty much it. There's City trying to get forward, and here's Kovacic into a good area. He's got support on the left. De Bruyne tries to play an early ball across, and he will get a corner for Manchester City. First corner of the game comes off Hakimi and out for a corner kick then 2 minutes in. Arsenal already 1-0 up. Who's grabbed the goal for Arsenal is the question. City got a chance here. Ruben Dias forward, Akanji forward, Josko Gvardiol forward. City just working this corner and nearly given away by Kovacic. I'm not a big fan of keep working these corners. It's gone nowhere. It's a poor pass by Matheus Nunes, and City are just forced to go all the way back to Ederson from their own corner. Why not just put a ball in the box? It really bugs me. We're only 3 minutes in and I'm complaining about it already. It really bugs me. And City have given the ball away in a real dangerous area. It's all their own doing. All their own doing. Cross comes in from PSG and Ederson will collect. ATR, thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much. I'm real happy to get my account back. It's good to be back and good to be streaming as well. And hopefully everything now all out of the way with and we can move forward. It definitely is chucking it down, Tony. Not the best of passes, that, from Matheus Nunes, looking for Bernardo Silva, and that will be a throw-in for PSG. Surely the City players will feel at home with the rain. Hakimi then is going to send this one long. It's a good ball from Hakimi as well. There's a chance here for PSG. If a shot comes in and a good save from Ederson. It was Dewey with the shot. Forces a save from Ederson. He's trying to get the crowd motivated, making some noise. It'll be a corner for PSG from the save from Ederson there. Comfortable save. Five minutes into the game then. One corner apiece. Corner comes in from PSG. Should be headed clear by Josko Gvardiol, and is. Only as far as Mendes. He's going to put a ball in. It's a good ball in that, and it's headed clear by Ruben Dias. Good header that from Ruben Dias. Good bit of defending from City. Bernardo Silva just puts his foot through that, and he's going to pick the loose ball up, and he plays a good ball with his right foot there, and not quite from Savinho there, looking for a little flick, trying to find Kevin De Bruyne, and PSG will come away with possession once more. Here's Hakimi, seeing a lot of the ball on the right. Right, thoughts on the kits? Not my favourite. I also don't really see the point in having 4 kits. Commercialism for you. I understand a home kit, have your away kit, and then a third kit which doesn't clash with colours that you will use only under a special circumstance where there is a clash. So it'd only be worn maybe once or twice in the season, and that's pretty much it. Back to basics. They've got kits for everything now. Here's Savinho coming forward for Manchester City. It's not great from Savinho, and he's dispossessed. And for me, the disappointing part is PSG are finding it all too easy just to link up and find some simple cross-field passes, and it's really helping them to find space, which is helping them to penetrate the high line of Manchester City as well, and they're getting exposed. They are getting exposed. Some space on the left for PSG. Here's Nuno Mendes. That's good play this from Paris Saint-Germain. Here's Hakimi getting into a good position. It's probably going to be worked back out to the right. It is. Neves now just centralising it here. Fabian Ruiz finds Nuno Mendes. He's seen a lot of the ball as well. Both Hakimi and Nunes. Two fullbacks, and it's a good interception from Manuel Akanji there. He had to time that, because if he doesn't, there would be a penalty then. He really has to time that interception, Manuel Akanji, and he does a good job there. Nuno Mendes is quick, and that will be a corner kick for PSG, their second corner of the game. And we're 8 minutes in, and City haven't really been at the races so far in this game. It's quite clear that PSG are looking to attack and try and score goals. So it's going to be Lee to take this corner. Just puts the ball in the box, asks a question of Manchester City, and Ruben Dias, who heads it clear for City. Here is Mendes keeping it in, centralising the ball for Paris Saint-Germain. They're looking just to try and get a few of their players back. Hakimi, one of them, on the right, works it back. Here's Neves. Got a bit of support. That's going to be a free kick for PSG. Nunes brings down Lee. Rain, there is no new players. They can't play in the Champions League, any new signings, until we get to the next stage. So any new signings City have made until we get to the next stage of the Champions League, if we get there, of course, then they can be registered and they can play. Hence, Khvicha, he's fit and good to go. And it's a deliberate check out that from Ruben Dias, and that's going to be a yellow card there. Hakimi, it was looking to try and get past Ruben Dias, and just 9 minutes in, just deliberately takes his man out. And that's a early yellow card for Ruben Dias, and PSG looking to try and put City under pressure early on. Nadir sensing a PSG goal pretty soon, and everything seems to be suggesting that. And Ruben Dias, with a trailing arm, knows exactly what he's doing there just to ensure that Hakimi's not going to have that opportunity and he's going no further. I've said it before to you guys about Manchester City's ability of not really reading a situation properly, where if you think your team's in danger, you take the man out. They're not going any further. There's no danger to the goal. You're going to allow all your defenders to get back and you can defend the set pieces. The header comes in there from PSG and over the top of the crossbar and into the stands. It was João Neves with the header, a free header there, peeled away. I think he was onside there as well. Good timing of the run there from Neves and should be hitting the target there. Poor bit of defending there from Matheus Nunes. I've expressed my concern in the preview about going with Matheus Nunes for this game. I understand when City aren't being put under pressure where you can go with someone as technically gifted as Matheus Nunes. But if a team's going to put you under pressure, Matheus Nunes isn't a defender. Phil Foden goes down and maybe he's lucky there, in my opinion, to get a free kick. He was put under a heap of pressure. I thought Lee had got a touch on the ball there. He hadn't. He takes Foden out. I apologise. It is a free kick there. I thought Lee had got a touch on the ball. Yeah, I agree. We do need a new right back. We're letting Kyle Walker go. Rico Lewis defensively isn't good enough. Matheus Nunes is a good rotated option. I just don't think he's good enough to be starting for City. A good crossfield pass from Ruben Dias and Nunes can't control it. Interesting. Rain, I didn't watch the Lions Commanders game. I saw the highlights. On too late. I managed to catch the early games. The later ones, nah. I will watch the Super Bowl though. Oh, it's a good interception there from Josko Gvardiol. He's put under pressure and that looks like it's gone out of play, but linesman says no. Here is Matheus Nunes. Moves the ball to Bernardo Silva. No, I won't be doing a live stream for the Super Bowl. Mrs. JSGC's in work the next day, so she'll be in bed asleep. So our bedroom and where I'm streaming from here are near enough next to each other. So there'll be a lot of noise from me, which I don't think's fair. So I'll watch the Super Bowl downstairs. I'll shut all the doors and put it on quiet. Watch the game. I'll try and not fall asleep. So good ball that from City. De Bruyne hooks one across. Haaland leaves one lingering, looking for Bernardo Silva. And De Bruyne with the first effort for City. And it's a good save from Donnarumma. And PSG's turn to be at 6s and 7s there. And City caused some problems. Another ball in from Matheus Nunes beyond everybody. Savinho picks the ball up under pressure from Hakimi. Here is Mateo Kovacic now to Bernardo Silva. He has to pivot. City, 30 minutes in, it's the first chance that we've had, really, to have a bit of possession and just knock the ball around. Comfortable save for Donnarumma from that De Bruyne effort. It's as comfortable as Ederson's save before from Dewey with his shot. So guys, don't forget, do leave a thumbs up. Now just 2 likes away from 50. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Here's Barcola into a bit of space, and a good interception from Manuel Akanji, and he'll send that clear. Ball comes in, and PSG are crying for a handball there. Referee said no, so VAR will have a look at it. I'm not sure if people are having any technical issues. Everything's showing as green. I've got the stream up on one side so I can watch the stream to see if in real time it's doing any buffering, but all clear from my end. As Andy says, not having any problems his end either. So there we go. Anyway, here is Makinos with a pass forward for PSG. Yeah, Seamus says good with him as well. Tony says all good. I'm not sure. Shows all good on my end. So for once, smooth. It's not normally. Normally it's me. Anyway, we're through the first 15 minutes. One good chance for both sides. Both forcing a save from the keeper. Comfortable saves for the keeper. Nothing else to give as of right now. So, there we go. Lots of people asking about Cambiasso. I've not had a chance to do any research or check anything as I've been streaming. So, if it was anything that's maybe less than an hour old, I don't know. I've not seen anything. I've not looked. I will. I'll have a nosy at half time. I'm currently in match day mode. It's a very expensive transfer. I think City are happy to wait until the summer for Cambiasso, to be fair. Just about if City just want to bring an extra player in. Obviously, they've making 3 signings, signed 2. Marmoush will be coming in at some point this week, which will be 3. That's surely offside, yeah. The offside flag does go up against, I think it was Ruiz. So I think City are just looking for more numbers, more options, and a little bit more depth. And do you know what? He might have been onside there. Looked like Nunes might have been playing him on the other side. Nunes is causing me a bit of concern, guys, because he is going to be under a lot of defensive pressure. And I'm not sure he's... I have my doubts. Here's De Bruyne then, edge of the penalty area. City not seeing all too much of the football. Taylor, yeah, the price has been set. We're looking at around 70 to 80 million euros if we want to sign Cambiasso. It's just about if City want to do that business in this window or not. I imagine City will be having a good look around the market to try and do a little bit more business. We still look a little short on that right-hand side of defence, and we still look short in central defensive midfield, so 2 potential problems there that City could look to have a look at. But it's quite difficult when we've not had a chance to see the new players that we've brought in and see what they can offer, see if they're how versatile they are and what Pep Guardiola thinks. Brought them in midway inside the window. It might just be a case where for the next week City just continue to have a scout around in the market, get linked with some different names, put some feelers out there, and then towards the end of the market, maybe look to try and capitalise. I think it's important to remember, normally we have transfer deadline day. It either falls on the 31st of January or the 1st of February. It doesn't shut until the 3rd. So there's an extra couple of days there. So there's still plenty of time left in this window, just less than 2 weeks. That's good play from PSG, and Barcola on the edge of the City penalty area. Looks to put a ball across to the right-hand side. He does, and a second shot comes in from PSG. Hakimi with the shot. comfortable save again for Ederson. I think they're just trying some shots at the keeper because it's so wet. The ball's wet, could slip, rebounds, mistakes. They all become a potential issue. So I think both sides are just having the same philosophy here of shoot on sight. At the moment, City are struggling to find space and have possession. They're just being out-footballed at the moment. At the moment, for me, City are just being overwhelmed in midfield. PSG are telling their attackers to basically help out in midfield. So City are currently being dominated in midfield and they're struggling to have possession because of it. I think look at City's defensive line here and there's space. City players are just so spaced out. Need to try and narrow themselves a little bit. PSG are very narrow. Here's some space then. Here's Savinho. Finds De Bruyne. Matheus Nunes further ahead of him. He's bringing the width. De Bruyne's just going to put one in himself and that's going to go out of play for a throw into Manchester City. And it's just there what Taylor says. Midfield, they're all old. No youth, no pace. And I'm amazed that City haven't looked to have done a bit of business in this window to bring at least a midfielder in who's going to help bring some fresh legs, if nothing else. The midfield just needs a bit of a refresh. As that's a good ball and Haaland has a header. Straight at Donnarumma. 2 shots apiece. All straight at the keeper. All potential opportunities. I love that De Bruyne's ready and waiting for the header there. Even does a quick glance there. He's ready, if Haaland doesn't get the header, that he's ready to have the header. But straight at the keeper. 21 minutes in. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up now. More than 50 likes in, which is great. 48 to go to 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Douglas Luiz, if we can get him on a loan, which I don't think is going to happen. They want a permanent transfer or an obligation to buy, which I don't think City are going to commit to because I think long term, I don't think Douglas Luiz is the answer that City are looking for. But I think it'd be a good temporary option for City for the remainder of this season. And if we leave that until last couple of days of the window and, you know, Juventus want rid and we can give him a good loan fee and pay all of his wage and put an option to buy in there. And I'd happily have Douglas Luiz just for some fresh legs. Oh, it's a lovely, lovely bit of skill from Savinho. He works it to Foden and he can't control the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Andy, you are spot on. Rodri has travelled. Not part of the squad, but he's just there for moral support. I think City are just trying to introduce Rodri around the team. I think they're going to look for him to not so much physically with his presence on the pitch, but certainly mentally and around the dressing room. He's there in spirit with Manchester City, and I think they're going to look for him to try and have more of an influence. And when we get towards the end of the season, so I reckon give it another 3 or 4 months, I reckon you'll start to see Rodri returning back to individual training, some sessions in the gym and working with the physios and stuff. And he could be good to go for City come maybe the end of the season. I don't think it'll be in time for the Premier League or any European finals if we get to any. But maybe Club World Cup could be good to go. Nuno Mendes pulls back Matheus Nunes. Not happy about it. Free kick City. He goes into the book. So Ruben Dias on a yellow card and Nuno Mendes for PSG on a yellow card. Starting to make some distribution mistakes now, PSG. Just starting to give the ball away a little bit more. And Manchester City just smelling blood in there. Again, not a good clearance from PSG and City can have possession once more. Here is Matheus Nunes then to Ruben Dias. This is where City need to try and be a bit more forceful. Do things a bit different. That turn from Savinho before was brilliant. Lee dispossessed Bernardo though and PSG threw Barcola into the penalty area. Bernardo Silva nearly makes the interception. PSG still got the ball. Ball comes in. It's not a very good one. Will be picked up, though, by Hakimi on the right. Again, City just weary of this ball coming into the box. PSG just having to knock and pass the ball around. Eventually just worked backwards. And they're going to have to look to build from the back once more. But through City's own mistake, gone from attacking to defending. Gavin says 1-0 Feyenoord. Arsenal ahead, Feyenoord ahead. 0-0 here though at the Parc des Princes. PSG 0, Manchester City 0. Feyenoord leading Bayern. Here's Marquinhos. To Fabian Ruiz. Marquinhos just sends this down the channel. Sends it long. It's going to be a free kick every day of the week in the Champions League. And Ruben Dias needs to be careful. High foot. He's already on a yellow card. Last thing we need is a red card. This game becomes very difficult if we get a red card. There you go. He just shins him in the head. He needs to be careful there, Ruben Dias. Really needs to be careful. Nadir getting vibes of the Juventus game. I can see where you're coming from. PSG aren't as physical. At the moment, near enough 50-50 on possession. All Things Football, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Diaz causing me some concern. Not for his defensive capabilities, but he's on a yellow card and he's going in with reckless challenges. What's the option from the bench? John Stones? That's not a great tackle from Kovacic. Advantage played, though, because PSG are in a good spot here. Is the pass going to come? It does eventually. Surrounded out and shot comes in and it's just wide. Just wide from PSG. Probably the best opportunity of the game so far. I'm not sure if it takes a deflection. It does. It takes a big deflection off Bernardo Silva's boot. So it will be a corner, which Lee's going to take. Again, no faffing around from PSG. They're going to put the ball in the box. Oh, it could fall kindly. And what a block! How on earth has City blocked that? How is that not 1-0? I think it's Fabian Ruiz with the effort. Beats Ederson. I don't know who's on the line there making the block, but it was outstanding. Outstanding. Who's done that block? Let's have a look at this. It was a great ball in, not dealt with by City. Josko Gvardiol on the line with his thigh. Great block. Absolute brilliant block. Anyway, City survived that big scare and it remains 0-0 here at the Parc des Princes. Here's PSG then, looking to come forward once more. Here's Hakimi. He's going to work this from right to left. Pinpoint accurate pass. It's a great touch as well and a good interception. Phil Foden there tracking back to help with the interception. Erling Haaland can't win the knock-on. Sliding challenge comes in, picked up by Josko Gvardiol. Advantage City. Foden, not a good pass, and referee's going to bring that back. No? Where's the advantage? Ref! City played the pass, it's intercepted. It committed a foul just before that. Where's the advantage? And now PSG have the ball. Baffling. Is Nuno Mendes then? Oh, there's space everywhere here for PSG. City are just being pinned back. At the moment, it's PSG that are playing with confidence. They look like the team that's full of confidence. Which, to be fair, they're unbeaten in Liga, and why would they not be confident? They've just not been very good in the Champions League. And I think their philosophy here is put City under pressure and go ham and score that first goal. If City can score that first goal, could see the heads of PSG potentially go. Here's Savinho then. Plays the pass. Haaland. First chance he's had of trying to get in and beyond, and he's not managed it. And PSG is good bit of defending that, to be fair. Good bit of defending from Paris Saint-Germain. And they survived that potential threat from City coming forward. Savinho it was. Trying to come forward. Barcola as well. Keeps that ball in, and PSG got the ball once more. Nearly at the half an hour stage. Nearly halfway. Halfway. We're nearly 2/3 of our way through this first half. Is PSG coming forward once more. Ball gets played to the right. Chance here for Lee to put a ball in the box. Falls to, I think it was Hakimi with the effort, and it's blocked by his own player, and City can come forward now. They need to just slow this down, City, a little bit. Savinho's recognising City are a bit slow out of the gaps. He wants the team to push up a little bit. He's getting isolated, which means he'll end up losing the ball. Here is Josko Gvardiol. Just notice how PSG are high pressing. They've got everybody around the ball. I think City's case is just try and stick in and stay at this for as long as possible. Keep it at 0-0. See if we can tire PSG out. And then see if we can hurt them through patient build-up is what they're looking for. Here's Akanji. Works back to Ederson. Matheus Nunes now. Whistles and jeers going round the Parc des Princes. Here's Bernardo Silva now. Plays a pass to Matheus Nunes. Ball comes in, and that'll go behind for a corner to Manchester City. Pacho with the clearance. It's interesting because this game could finish 0-0. It's not the worst result in the world for City. A win eases all our anxiety, but PSG have got to win this game. They have to win this game. Foden puts a ball in the box. Awful ball. Don't really get why PSG's not left that. Barcola it was. He sends a ball down the channel. He wants to attack is probably why, rather than letting it go out. Surely letting it go out would have been the more sensible option there, but he doesn't take the sensible option, and PSG end up getting dispossessed, and Kovacic is going to burst forward, and that's going to be a free kick for Manchester City. And yellow card, referee? For Neves there, just takes Kovacic out. Don't get how that's not a yellow card, if I'm honest. Here's Bernardo. Being kicked at by Fabian Ruiz as well to hold him off. Here's Akanji then. Back to Bernardo. Here's Foden. Having to drop very deep Foden to get the ball. De Bruyne. Can't play his pass to Nunes. Too much on it. KDB's not quite linked up yet in these first 33 minutes. And 0-0. So guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Just 43 away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Here is Hakimi then. It's given away by Hakimi and intercepted well by Savinho. He's going to look to try and come forward, and Hakimi does well to recover that. And PSG are going to come forward once more. Here is Lee now. He's got support. He's got support everywhere, and it's not a good pass from Lee, and Ruben Dias is going to get that one clear for City. Savinho Not the best of touches from Savinho. It's a throw in PSG. Tense game, this. Tense game. The Tiger, thanks for tuning in. Do I think City are going to win this? Well, with how they've started, they play like this for 90 minutes. No. City not really got to grips with this game as of yet. Here's PSG working it once more to the right. Switches over to the left for Barcola up against Matheus Nunes. Finds a pass in the channel to Lee. Here's Vitinha. Nunes now. Back to Lee. PSG just doing a bit of patient build-up now. Manchester City got everybody behind the ball. Hakimi has it on the right. Midway inside the Manchester City half. Wirtz back here to Neves. Surely PSG are having more possession than City now. City just take their opportunity with PSG forced back to goalkeeper Donnarumma to just put the initial press on. And this is the problem I'm having with Man City. The gaps for the team are massive. The gap between defence and midfield then was huge. That any loose touches would fall to a PSG player there because the gaps are too big. Poor pass from PSG there to give away a throw-in midway inside their own half. Takes a bit of pressure off Manchester City. Means we'll go 10 minutes away from the break. Here is Savinho. Finds a backheel pass to Josko Gvardiol. He cannot play his ball across and PSG will intercept. Pacho works it to Nunes on the left now, and he's going to look to try and come forward. Nearly overruns that. Manages to keep it in, though. He's under pressure from Bernardo. Does well to find his pass. PSG do well under pressure there and just float the ball into space for Hakimi on the right. And forward PSG come again. Here's Neves now to Ruiz. Just City can't get the ball. Can't get the ball. Ball comes forward here and there's space for PSG again. They're just holding the ball a little too long, PSG, that they're not getting their chances to put something of quality into the box. Have an opportunity and they just don't do it. Just pull out and take an extra touch or two, and it allows City just to get their defensive shape. Not being as direct as maybe what we're used to from Premier League teams, but here we are. Crossfield pass comes in from PSG and a lovely touch from Lee on the left. Cross comes in now. Akanji will win the header. Haaland can't get the touch. Loose ball flicked up in the air by Bernardo Silva. Haaland can't get the touch. He's got to command that area there for me, Erling Haaland. He's far bigger than everyone else around him. Bully everybody else off the ball. Claim that ball, say it's mine. He just kind of gets bullied off it, and Ederson gets a touch on that, and Matheus Nunes doesn't know what's around him, so he just nods that ball out of play for a corner. So more defending. PSG have caused some problems from these set pieces. In particular when Lee has taken them. He's going to be taking this one as well. Cross comes in. Ederson gets a fist on that. And that's ruled to have gone out for a goal kick, trying to whip the ball back in. It goes out. Rodri watching this up in the stands thinking, I wish I were playing. I'd soon show what a world-class midfield looks like. And boy, are Manchester City really missing his presence in midfield. And Ederson gave the ball away, un-Ederson-like. But City managed to get the loose second ball. And Foden finds Savinho, who could be in. Savinho, what a great save from Donnarumma. And that's going to be a corner for Manchester City. Savinho got just a yard of space there to get a clean connection. He does really well there, Savinho, to be able to get an extra shot. He takes an extra touch past Marquinhos, and he's just trying to use the flick of the ground to get it over the boot of Donnarumma. But he's a big lad. He's down quick. He's deceivingly quick for someone so big. And he makes a good save. Best save of the game. Good opportunity that for City. De Bruyne puts the ball into the near post. Cleared. Only as far as Bernardo. Back to De Bruyne. He goes across, and that'll be another corner then for Manchester City. City looking to try and end the first half with a bit of a flourish. Try and give PSG just something to think about. I do feel like Man City could really do with the first goal. Get PSG under pressure. They need to win this game. They go in behind. Let's say City score in these next 5 minutes. You know, the 1-0 behind. Got it all to do after. Not playing bad at all. And they're on the verge of potentially going out. It's a shove in the back. And it's a free kick for Man City. Phil Foden goes down. It just helps to keep the ball in the right space for Manchester City. Keep it down near the PSG penalty area. See if we can just create an opportunity. Getting plenty of set pieces, a quality ball into the box, and, you know, we could be in business. Keith, thanks for tuning in, and thank you very much for your kind comment there as well. Much appreciated. So, right on the touchline this. De Bruyne and Foden stood over it. It's going to be De Bruyne to whip a ball in. Sent deep to Josko Gvardiol. He flicks it to Bernardo. He puts a ball in, and so well defended that by PSG. And Marquinhos, passionate about his defending there, gets the header in, and that'll be another corner for Manchester City. Really good bit of defending that from Marquinhos. I can't help but feel like Donnarumma should have been shouting that was his. He had an easy catch there. He doesn't take it. De Bruyne floats a deep ball in. Not a very good ball. Kovacic goes in with his head, and he does well to get the interception, and he's just going to whack a ball downfield back to his own goal. And Manchester City just looking to have a bit of possession. Ederson, he launches this. It's long, looking for De Bruyne. Nuno Mendes, not got control of that, and De Bruyne dispossesses him, and he's done well to get hold of that ball there, and he's still got hold of it, and eventually PSG get their foot to it, and they're going to look to try and come away, but Josko Gvardiol has other ideas, and this is much better now from Manchester City, and he's dispossessed. Vitinha it was with the interception, and here's Lee now pushing PSG forward. As we're now 40 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. A ball comes across the City penalty area. Was blocked, so comfortable clearance in the end for City. A heavy touch there from Savinho means PSG are just going to get the ball back and look to try and put the squeeze onto Manchester City for the remaining 2.5 minutes. There's not been that much time wasted. There's been a couple of free kicks, a couple of corners. Maybe they might add a minute on. Referee's getting soaked. I wouldn't be surprised to see a classic Champions League 0-0. No minutes added on. Blow the whistle at 45 minutes. And in we go. Ready for the second half in 15 minutes time. Nuno Mendes then to Lee. worked forward here. Ruben Dias just commanding his defenders to push a little further forward here. And City, the gaps aren't looking as big, which means if they do manage to get their foot on the ball, they're much more likely to come away with some possession. I can't help but feel like this game would be perfect for buying some free kicks and someone like Jack Grealish to break up play. I feel like this game would be perfect for that. And he's a frustrating player. It's a great interception from Akanji. He's had a lot of criticism over the last few weeks, Manuel Akanji, but first half here, he's been excellent for City, and Phil Foden just gives the ball away. Can't get a break. PSG have got 2 free players around you immediately for when you've got the ball, although their manager, Luis Enrique, straight from the Pep Guardiola School of Football, so that's what he teaches for you to high press and get that ball. That's a chance here for PSG. Chance here for PSG. Chance. 1-0. Hakimi with a deflected goal, and just on half-time, PSG are going to go in with the lead. 6s and 7s there for Manchester City and the defence. All over the place. Lining up to put the ball in the back of the net there, PSG. Really poor from Manchester City. Really poor from City. Really poor. Easy peasy. Too easy. Is he offside is the question. This is a tight call. That's the big question. It's Nuno Mendes with the ball across with the crucial pass and put in the back of the net. The question is he offside? It takes a deflection off Josko Gvardiol and into the back of the net. Oh, offside! Yes! A reprieve for Manchester City. Much quicker than the VAR in the Premier League. They use this automated technology. It's far quicker. They don't draw lines in the Champions League. They use technology. Offside. City could be in here. They could be in here, but Matheus Nunes' ball's just not very good, and that's out of play for a goal kick. Offside then. There we go. His knee is offside. It's just offside. Just. It's a tight call. But it remains 0-0. 1 minute added on. The 1 minute's done. And PSG thought they led. I thought they led. Offside. 0-0. Got to learn the lessons going into the second half, because that has not been a good half for Manchester City. PSG have been the better team. They've put City under a heap of pressure. PSG probably deserve to lead. They don't lead. A reprieve and plenty for Manchester City to ponder going in at half-time. Plenty for City to ponder. Right, let's have a look then. Today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Go and check them out. I will roll my promo video right now. So the statistics here for Manchester City do not make nice reading. Before I read through them, don't forget, leave a thumbs up now, just 37 likes away from 100. And also don't forget to subscribe as well. Possession, 64% possession for PSG. Manchester City just 36% possession, and they don't like it. Not seeing much of the ball. Expected goal rate, PSG at 0.75. Man City's at 0.52. PSG, they're creating more. They've had more big opportunities. They've had more shots. They've forced the keeper into more saves. Manchester City, far behind on the passes, less than 200 passes, 194 with 349 passes for PSG. PSG have been by far the more dominant, better team. Manchester City all over the place. It has been a bad half of football for Manchester City, and they have not got a grip on this game. The analysts need to do their job at halftime, because I think City are lucky that this game is 0-0. They need to try and get some control in the second half. It's all about PSG, and if this continues in the second half, they will score. They will go on to win this game. First goal is crucial. I'm looking at the bench and I'm looking at players who's going to try and potentially just help Manchester City win some free kicks. Jack Grealish obviously coming to mind there for Manchester City. James McAtee could be a good option. Gundogan, I'm sure we'll see him at some point. Rico Lewis, John Stones, defensive options as well. But Manchester City just not really at the races. And I think, as Andy says there, it's all just a bit makeshift for Manchester City. PSG have got traditional fullbacks, Nuno Mendes, Hakimi. They're getting forward, they're attacking, they're causing Man City problems. Matheus Nunes is getting forward and not doing anything with his end product. PSG aren't quaking in their boots, thinking about what on earth Matheus Nunes is going to be doing on the football. They're not. Whereas we're looking at Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, two of the very best players for me for PSG in this game, and Manchester City just rattled all over the place. Terminator, we can win this game, but we need to get a grip with the game. For me, the gaps between defence and midfield far too big. The gap between attack and midfield far too big. Found no real way of getting Savinho and Erling Haaland involved in this game. We've had a couple of good opportunities, but other than that, it's just been patient. It's been hopeful. Football isn't about hope. You've got to earn your way. You got to earn your opportunities. You create your opportunities through playing good football. And City right now not playing good football. And for me, it isn't working. And the analysis need to try and suss out what's going on and try and change and shake things up going into the second half. Because this continues in the second half, it'll be one-way traffic. And eventually, we will see PSG grab a goal and more than likely go on to win this game. First goal is crucial in this game. So we're going to go around the grounds, see what the latest scores are from the other games. Starting off in today's Champions League early kickoffs. So it was RB Leipzig taking on Sporting Club de Portugal in Germany. It finished 2-1 to RB Leipzig. Shakhtar Donetsk have beaten Brest by 2-0 at home as well. Rest of these games, half-time scores. Arsenal 1, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Celtic 0, Young Boys of Bern 0. Feyenoord 1, Bayern Munich 0. AC Milan 1, Girona 0. PSG 0, Manchester City 0. Real Madrid 2, Red Bull Salzburg 0. And Sparta Prague 0, International Milano 1. Full-time in the Europa League, Besiktas 4, Athletic Club 0. That's Athletic Bilbao. So a good win there for Besiktas in Turkey. Having a look in the Championship, got some games in England taking place. All either half-time or going into the second half now. Leeds United 1, Norwich City 0. Portsmouth 3, Stoke City 1. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bristol City 0. And at half-time, Plymouth Argyle 0, Burnley 5. Wow. Just wow. There we go. Half-time scores. Right, guys, get your thoughts in the live chat. That'd be much appreciated. What's your half-time thoughts? Do leave a thumbs up. 34 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Isak, thanks for tuning in. Anno, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'm going to roll the promo video for that one more time, and then we'll crack on with half-time entertainment. So thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. So got some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It's brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid. Links and details there in the description. Go and check him out. Go and like and subscribe. This is the Screwball. Enjoy. Go and sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and I'll see you ready for the second half.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another summer cocktail, and like I said, this is the perfect version of the Screwball. 3rd time's the charm, and I think I know why. I've not quite got it right. Like I said, it's been near enough perfect, 99% perfect, but this time we're aiming for 100%. It is the Screwball. Like I said, it's the famous version from The Alchemist, and I know why it's always been dark blue now, and I can finally reveal the secret recipe to it. It's a white chocolate foam. You put it in the shaker with it, and that's what turns it that nice sky blue colour, as I will show you guys how to make the perfect version of the Screwball. Let's do this, let's get straight into it. But if you're new around here, don't forget to like and subscribe for more cocktails like this, as we do cocktails, drinks, anything in the imagination on this channel. So the first thing you want to do, guys, is get your tin shaker and put in 4 to 5 ice cubes. Right, so let's build this cocktail now. Right, so get your jigger, and now let's start off with 40ml, which is 1.3 ounce of apple juice. You can use cloudy apple juice, but I'm not, I'm just using apple juice. Next ingredient to the tin, guys, is 25ml, just short of 1 ounce of raspberry vodka. Like I said, if you've never had this cocktail before, I highly recommend it. You get from that because it's absolutely beautiful. Especially if you've got a sweet tooth. It's a really nice cocktail, Screwball. But it brings back many happy memories of being a child. So next ingredient to the tin, guys, is 25ml, just short of 1 ounce of blue curacao. But it turns it that famous blue colour. Next into the tin to give it its distinct flavour is 25ml, or just short of 1 ounce of bubblegum syrup. Next is 50ml, or half an ounce of citric acid dilution. You can use lime juice if you wish. For this, it's a lot more clearer. And now, to give it its sky blue colour, 100ml, just over 3 ounces of a white chocolate foam. So the thing to do now is put your glass on. Give it bouncers, secure, and then give it a nice hard shake, 8 to 10 seconds to get it nice and chilled. As you can see, guys, we finally got the colour right. That's what I've been looking for a very long time. Mine's always turned out sky blue, and it's a white chocolate foam that's done it. So that is a nice sky blue colour you're looking for the Screwball cocktail. So get a rocks glass now and put in 3 big ice cubes, maybe 2. Until we do it. So 2 big ice cubes. So give this a bang now to separate. Put your Hawthorne strainer on. What's that? And now strain into your rocks glass. And just look at that beautiful sky blue colour. We've finally got this drink right. It's the right colour. I've always got the taste right, but it's also been the colour. Just look how beautiful that colour is. Absolutely perfection. So the final thing to do now is to garnish it with a little bit of white chocolate foam on top. And then to finish it off, guys, just add a maraschino cherry. There it is. What I like to do now, because sort of bartender to do it, like I said, it's always been a custom of mine, is to add a little bit of maraschino sauce into it. So I've always done like this. But so this is optional, you don't have to do it, you don't have to put it into the drink, but I always like it. So something that sort of stuck by me every time ever since I saw it for the first time. But that, my friends, it's the perfect version of the screwball cocktail. Third time I'm asking, that's the charm, and I'm happy with the results. I cannot wait to taste it. And there we go, the perfect version of the screwball. I cannot wait to taste this. I'm in heaven. It's absolutely nailed it. It makes it better. The white chocolate foam, like I said, it's already delicious. The previous 2 of 10, but with the sky blue colour now, there's that famous screwball colour I've been looking for. If you've got a sweet tooth, this is the drink for you. I highly recommend it. So if you ever go to the Alchemist, I recommend you try this cocktail, or you can get it from the Alchemist cocktail book. So we'll leave it in the description below, a link to this if you wish to get it as well. But the white chocolate foam changes everything. That is 10 out of 10. You will do very well to beat this cocktail. It's absolutely beautiful. It just tastes like a screwball. So many memories, so many tastes are coming back to me. If you've ever had the screwball, I recommend this. It's just beautiful. It's 10 out of 10, and I finally got it right. Third time in basking. Previous 2 have been very good attempts, but this one is perfection. Finally, at last, I have nailed it. That is the screwball cocktail. And you just can't beat it. Like I said, for a summer cocktail, you just cannot beat the screwball cocktail. Highly recommend it. I can't say that enough. I highly recommend it. Beautiful sweet tooth. If you've got a sweet tooth, this is a cocktail go-to. It's very sweet, it's very nice, and it's got booze in it as well. Like I said, just everything about it is beautiful. It's voila. 10 out of 10, like I said, this is my masterpiece, like I said, so congratulations to the Alchemist. Like I said, I've always loved this recipe. I'm glad they brought back the screwball onto the menu. I'm so happy. But that guy is the perfect version of the screwball. Like I say, if you've ever been to Alchemist, do visit him, do get this cocktail. It's very nice. They do many more variations. Like I said, the science behind it's just absolutely fantastic, and they will wow you. And I highly recommend you visit him. Like I said, they're all across the UK if you ever get a chance to visit their bars. But that, guys, has been the screwball, the perfect version of the screwball from the Alchemist cocktail book. Do let me know in the comments, have you ever tried this? Have you ever made it for yourselves? I do recommend. But I've been Mixed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed. It really does help the channel grow, so we're on the road to 2K. And I will see you guys for my next cocktail video, which will be tippery. Cheers. You've got to go a long way to beat this cocktail, and I really mean that. That is just, oh, it's their signature of Alchemist. It's absolutely their signature. Do not ever get rid of this cocktail, Alchemist. Do not get rid of it, ever. It's got to say, if you ever have a chance to learn, I recommend you make that as well. It's got to say, it's a very nice cocktail as well.
Thank you very much there to Mixed. As I said, I've reset the computer search, reset OBS, so I've had to set everything else back up again, which means I'm just trying to find all my settings that I had everything set up on because they don't work properly. So midway through, whilst I was watching that on my phone, I noticed that there was an echo. So I'm just tried to sort the echo out towards the end. It seems to have sorted out through me just changing one of the systems. So I'm just going to replay the video, and I'm going to play it out loud on my phone just to make sure that the echo's gone. And then I'm going to trial something else whilst we're still waiting for kickoff. I can see City are going to make a change in a minute. Jack Grealish is going to come on. So just bear with me for 1 second. I'm just going to replay Mixed's video very quickly.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another summer cocktail. And like I said, this is the perfect version of the screwball. Third time's the charm. And I think I know why. I've not quite got it right. Like I said, it's been near enough perfect. 99% perfect. But this time, we're aiming for 100%. It is the screwball. Like I said, it's the famous Solera. I recommend you make that as well. It's a very nice cocktail as well.
Perfect. Seem to have nailed it. I noticed that the lip sync was slightly out. I'd forgot to set the lip sync, which is sorted. I've managed to sort the echo out, so that's all good. We're ready and waiting for the second half. So Rico Lewis Also coming on for Manchester City along with Jack Grealish. I'm just waiting for confirmation on what the changes are for City as PSG get us underway here for the second half. So Man City just looking for a better outlet on the left-hand side. I think it's Savinho that's come off. PSG just knocking the ball around. Rico Lewis. Who's he come on for, Rico Lewis? He's playing on the left. Is it Josko Gvardiol that's gone off? Anyway, here is Matheus Nunes coming forward to Phil Foden. Just works the ball back. I'm just looking at the live league table, and if Man City lose here, we go outside the top 24 spots, which means it's must win next week against Club Brugge. Here's City coming forward. De Bruyne can't thread his pass through, and PSG are going to come away with the ball once more. Yeah, it looks like Josko Gvardiol has gone off. I don't know why Josko Gvardiol's gone off. I wasn't aware that he's had an injury. City have changed everything up on this left-hand side. Maybe they're just a bit fearful of how much space Hakimi was getting into, that they've gone with Rico Lewis, but I don't know. Ruben Dias still on the pitch. PSG just works this across to the left. Here's Barcola. Should be dealt with by City. In the end it is. Ederson will whack that clear and out of play. Anyway, we can go out of play. He's kept it in. Worked across to Makinos. Oh no, Josko Gvardiol is still on the pitch. Is it Ruben Dias that's gone off? It'd help if TNT Sports put confirmation on who the subs were. Unless I've missed it. Sorry, Josko Gvardiol's gone into Ruben Dias's spot. So it's Ruben Dias that's gone off. Apologies. But why has he not put Stones on? Why have we replaced a dominating defender with someone who's physically small when PSG have looked pretty good on set play? I understand he's on a yellow card that they've taken him off. I just don't understand why he's not been replaced with Stones. I know Stones is made of glass, but if he's fit enough to be on the bench, he's fit enough to do 45 minutes here. And if they were going to take Diaz off for the yellow card, I know he had that incident early in the first half with his shin making contact with one of the PSG players' heads, but he's not committed a foul since or done anything. And could they not have just given Diaz till the hour or something? Anyway, here's Grealish, finds Foden. Overlap coming in from De Bruyne now. Isn't used by Foden. He keeps hold of it and he's going to be forced backwards. Should have played the pass. I mean, I can understand moving Rico Lewis into midfield because we're getting dominating in midfield and we want some fresh legs in midfield. But to put him, he's got to mark Hakimi, who's looked like PSG's best player. Oh, what a run by Akanji! What a chance for City! Grealish, yes! Jackie G with the goal for Manchester City, and City leads somehow at the Parc des Princes. Come on! Where has that come from? Manuel Akanji with a bursting run forward. It's caused all kinds of problems for PSG. It looked like PSG had dealt with a danger and then Jackie G's in the right place at the right time to smash home for Manchester City, and City lead here in Paris. It ricochets. What a dodgy goal, but a good finish from Jackie G. He just levers that into the back of the net. He says, thank you very much. 1-0, City lead. We've not played very well. We've not looked very good. But we're ahead. Oh, there's a VAR check. What are they checking for? Goal given. I don't know what they were checking for. And now PSG have got no margin for error. They have to. They have to score. They have to do something. City just need... I feel like City just need another goal. Still got plenty of time left in this game, and it's got to be another careful game that City have got to manage. And that'll do the world of good for Jack Grealish. It really will. He can't stop scoring goals. Scoring against Salford City, against PSG. He waits more than a year for a goal, and loads are coming about for him now. City off. Our necks are getting sore. We're 18th in the Champions League now. 18th. Ederson plays a low ball. It's intercepted only as far as Matheus Nunes. And here's City bursting forward. Matheus Nunes, he's got support. Jack Grealish, go on, Jack. Do something. Squares one across and Haaland! Yes! How are we winning 2-0? How are we winning this 2-0? How? Haaland squeezes it in. I'm just waiting to see if he's offside. I don't know how we're winning this 2-0. Jack Grealish, is he onside? I don't know. Haaland's definitely onside. It's just, is Jack Grealish onside? Oh man, Jack Grealish changed this game up. Yeah, I'm waiting for Grealish. Is he onside or off? Erling Haaland smiles. And the goal stands. The goal stands and City 2-0 up in Paris. 2-0 up in Paris. What a crazy 7 minutes. Wow. Wow. Honestly, guys, I've never seen such a one-sided first half. PSG were the better team. They weren't just the better team. They were by far the better team. They were dominating City in every single aspect. They just didn't have the goal. And they were literally a knee length away from being ahead right on half-time. They're not. City shore things up on the left-hand side, and Jack Grealish, in the space of 6.5 minutes, has changed the complex of this game. He's got a goal. I don't know if that's going to go down as an assist, as it does take a really big deflection from a PSG defender into the path of Erling Haaland. But Jack Grealish has really changed this game up. Here's PSG then. Need a goal. And they get one. 2-1. And it's as easy as that. And now we have a game on our hands. City just go to sleep. Matheus Nunes done, and City have not got the pace to deal with Barcola. I said it's just going to take one good ball across. Patience from PSG there, and easy finish. And 2-1. All of a sudden, PSG right back in this. 2-0, such a dangerous scoreline. Such a dangerous scoreline. This is end-to-end now. This could go anyway. Here's Foden. He's got company. He's going to be dispossessed. And PSG are going to come forward here. Dispossessed by Manchester City. And Grealish, there we go, gets that free kick. That's what he does. That's what he does. Barged over there, Jack Grealish, by Hakimi. Lovely step over from Barcola. He does Matheus Nunes and he can't get back. Once again, just reiterates the importance that Man City need a right back. Easiest of goals that for PSG. Easiest of goals. Ball into the box by City. I don't know what that set piece was from City then. Awful. Easy to deal with. Here's Akanji to De Bruyne. Haaland, Foden, skips past one challenge. De Bruyne can't pick it up, and City trying to put the initial squeeze and press on, and Kovacic can't find the interception, and PSG can come away with it now. City scrambling. Work to the left. They sense the weakness for City on this right. And here's Barcola with the shot and over the top of the crossbar. It's not the best of hits, that, from Barcola. And Manchester... Oh, sorry, I thought it was City. It's PSG's preparing a sub. Haaland with a lovely flick, and Kovacic makes a real heavy touch there, and PSG come away with the ball. I think it's a night like tonight where we really miss the old Kyle Walker and the pace, where you'd just say, just hug tight to Barcola, man mark him out the game. And he used to do such a good job of dealing with these quick attacking wingers in the Champions League, Kyle Walker, keeping the likes of Vinicius Jr. quiet. So I'm sure he wouldn't have had any problem keeping Barcola quiet. But since Kyle Walker's pace has left him over the summer, I don't think Kyle Walker would have been fit for purpose here. Anyway, guys, just 24 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Here is Akanji. Should make the interception. He doesn't. Allows the man to get in front of him, and he has to concede a corner there. He's got to do a bit better there for me, Akanji. Early cross comes in from PSG, dealt with in the end by City. Here is De Bruyne surrounded by navy blue shirts, and he's going to get dispossessed here. PSG just send one towards the corner. Akanji's going to let it bounce, and he has to whack it clear, and De Bruyne does well just to get his foot onto it. And here's PSG now coming forward again. Coming forward with menace. Shot comes in and it's off the bar. And in. 2-2. It's Barcola and the game's been shook up again. Manchester City grab a couple of goals in the beginning of this half. PSG haven't given up. And we have ourselves a real game on here. And it's 2-2 off the post. Barcola with a goal. And Ederson could do nothing but watch it just going off the post. Too easy that for PSG. It's been too easy since City have gone 2-0 up. They've done nothing since going 2-0 up. And Barcola scuffs his shot onto the post and in. Now PSG make the changes. They need to win this game, PSG. Fabian Ruiz and Dewey come off. I think Lee went off Dembele in the first half as well. Ramos and Zaire Emery come on. The problem City have got, and they've not had it all game, they've not got control of the game. This is the problem that they've got. And we're back where we started, back in 24th, and we lose this game being 2-0. I mean, City are just... It's been the story of our Champions League campaign. 3-0 up with 15 minutes to play against Feyenoord, blown it. 2-0 up and blown this inside, 7 minutes? If we actually hung on to Leeds... As a shot comes in from PSG, dipping and over the top of the crossbar and out for a corner. If we actually hung on to Leeds, we'd be doing pretty well in the Champions League. But they don't hang on to Leeds. At the moment, this is one-way traffic, guys. City very frail. Very frail. So Dembele's come over to take the corner. Ball gets put into the box and that's a hit and a half there by Barcola and into the stands, miles into the stands. Really got underneath that one, Barcola. Tony spot on, yeah, no game management again from City. Not managed it. You go 2-0 up, you slow the pace of the game down. Buy some free kicks. Make the game physical. Scrap the game, frustrate PSG. They need to win the game. They're 2-0 down. You have them exactly where you want them. We haven't even played particularly well and we had them 2-0 down. We have them exactly where we want them to be. Frustrate them, and what you don't do is let them go up the other end and score a goal and get the tails up immediately from us going 2-0 up. Because it's just going to be one-way traffic. It's gone 2-2. Unlike the Brentford game where it was the 90th minute where it became one-way traffic where we could have lost the game. There's plenty of time here still for PSG to do something. Although Haaland here forces... Giving a free kick against Haaland. I thought he'd forced a corner there. Not for me. PSG need to be wary of Manchester City when they're giving the ball away high up. They do need to be wary of that. I don't know what's going to happen next in this crazy game. PSG are doing everything they can to try and win this game. Everything they can. They're at a point of no return. They have to keep committing and going forward. A point's not good enough for them. Here's PSG coming forward. City's midfield's just completely overran. There's a chance here and Dembele doesn't get it right and into the stands again. City all over the shop here. All over the shop. Ederson then sends it long for City. PSG just running through City's midfield here. Eventually dealt with by Josko Gvardiol and out for a corner kick to PSG. Seamus, the defence is a mess from City at the moment. You can see why we've signed some defenders. Because it is all over the place. It's lacking. It's not got a leader in the middle. It's what Ruben Dias was giving this City defence. Cross comes in. And back post. Surely. No. Haaland makes the block and out for a corner. That should have been 3-2 PSG. It's not working this for City at all. Not working. The problem is, they're not managing the game. They need to slow the game down. It's been played at the pace that PSG want this game to be played at. Slow the game down. Dembele then to take the corner. Puts a ball in. Don't beat the first man at the near post. Cleared by Manchester City. The pressure's coming back again. City are too busy trying to look for a counter-attack. And they're not finding space. They're just giving the ball back and putting themselves under pressure. They're dealt with really well there by Matheus Nunes and out for another corner to PSG. They could really do with getting an extra defender on the pitch. Here's Hakimi. It's going to be hit by PSG, intercepted by Rico Lewis. He goes down. City want the free kick. Referee doesn't give the free kick. He does give the advantage. And here's Kovacic. Finds De Bruyne. Finds a bit of space finally. Slow this game. They're too busy. They're too busy thinking about the counter-attack. Trying to attack and score a goal. Slow this game down. Get some control of the football. Slow the game down. PSG are just forever trying... They're going at City. I'm going to presume here that PSG, they've been doing this now for 70 minutes. They're not tiring. The press isn't going to go away. So slow the play down. Crossfield pass comes in from City to Jack Grealish. He's getting an overlap coming in here from Bernardo Silva. Threads a pass through into Erling Haaland. He's got the support of Bernardo on the left. He uses the support of Bernardo. And it's nice to see. This is what City should have been doing at 2-0. Find the space. PSG now having to sit a bit deeper. Doesn't suit the game. They're not a defensive team. And Akanji plays that off Barcola and out for a throw into City. Are going to make a couple of subs and get some fresh legs on there, which I don't blame them for doing. Gundogan's going to be one of them, and McAtee's going to be the other. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, guys. 20 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. So, Kevin De Bruyne is going to come off for Manchester City. We're going to see Gundogan come on, Kovacic also coming off, and McAtee coming on. Fresh legs there for Manchester City. Big show of confidence from Pep Guardiola to try and keep McAtee here. Getting 21 minutes in a Champions League game. A very important Champions League game. I wonder if that's going to be McAtee to the right wing and Foden's going to fully concentrate on going through midfield like Bernardo Silva is. Gundogan comes on for Kovacic. It's a like-for-like change. That's a suicidal pass from Ederson. It's given away. Here's Ousmane Dembele now. Oh, Dembele! Oh, he's off the crossbar! Wow. He just skins past Bernardo Silva. He just levers this ball and it's off the crossbar. Desperately unlucky that from Dembele. He just hits that with pure power. Beats Ederson with the power. And onto the crossbar. City struggling again. Subpar from Manchester City today. Really subpar. The only positive I've got has been that little 7-minute cameo spell from Jack Grealish. It's the only positive that I've got from this game. And this game's really exercised the importance of just having more legs in midfield. They've not got the legs. It's just overran. It's so easy for PSG once City give the ball away. It's poor from Bernardo sent upfield to nobody in a straight out of play. Pep furious. City are scared to death. The slow defence of the pace of PSG in attack. They're scared of that. Rico Lewis goes down. Hakimi could be in here. It's good covering that from City and good defending. Grealish hasn't got this under control. City haven't got this under control and the shot comes in and it's into the stands, thankfully by Neves. It's just all over the place from City, this. All over the place. Ederson's just going to send everybody upfield. Ball gets sent long then from Ederson. Header won by Haaland. Looks for Foden. Cleared by PSG. And that'll be a throw-in for City midway inside the PSG half. Ederson sends one down in the channels. It's just poor. No control. Straight into attack. One touch and PSG are on the edge of the City penalty area. Lovely from Foden that. Really good from Phil Foden. Here's Grealish. Finds Bernardo. Rico Lewis put under pressure. He goes down. Wants a free kick and I think he's a bit lucky there to get one. If I'm honest. Rico Lewis just looks like he's an error waiting to happen. Ball gets sent long. Marquinhos wins the header. Gundogan doesn't even look up to try and find his header. McAtee was in space there. If he just looked up, all he needed to do was head it over to him and City would have had possession. And here we are again, just sitting deep. Here's Vitina. I do have to ask myself with how well PSG have played today, why they've not played like this for the whole tournament. They wouldn't be in this mess that they're in if they'd played with this intensity for the whole tournament. They'd beat most teams if they played like they did today. Should be a throw-in for Manchester City, and is. Barcola not happy with that. City have done an all-right job here of just slowing the tempo of the game down a little bit. Problem is, City are giving the ball away. When they do, they give it away in dangerous areas. So it's creating problems. They're not finding it as easy to thread the way through Manchester City, which is a positive. Issue is, City just can't string a couple of passes together. And here's Bernardo Silva now. Manchester City look to try and stream some players forward, and it's not a good ball from Bernardo. So he's not had a good game, Bernardo, I don't think. And that's a poor pass from PSG. Bit of a respite for Manchester City. Gundogan in space, finds Rico Lewis. Here's Josko Gvardiol. Not seen much of Josko in this game. John Stones is going to come on, so he's fit enough to do 13 minutes. Don't forget, guys, we're just 18 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Ball gets played forward then by PSG, looking for Hakimi. Josko Gvardiol gets his foot onto it. Rico Lewis comes off his arm, and that's going to be a free kick for PSG in a good crossing position, this. So John Stones ready to come on for City. And Matheus Nunes is going to come off. Struggled today, Matheus Nunes. And City just looking for more presence in defence. And Johnny Stones is going to come on. And it's not an easy... He's not played for a few weeks, John Stones. So it's not going to be easy for Stones just to come in and get up to pace with a frantic game of football. But we need him to. We really do. And Matheus Nunes comes off. So, free kick here for PSG. They put a ball in and it's in. It's a great header. It's poor defending again from Manchester City. And PSG 2-0 down, 3-2 up with 12 minutes remaining. And it's Neves at the back post with the header. Absolutely awful from Manchester City. Absolutely awful. It's a good header. I don't think Ederson should be getting beaten there. He's onside, so the goal will stand. I think Stone should get his head on it. I was just saying he's not played any football in ages. He does really well there. Neves just to head it into the ground, and the pace does Ederson, and it's in the back of the net. City just blowing another lead. The issue City have is they're giving a team who were competing for to qualify into the playoff stages of the Champions League 3 points, and we are now outside the top 24 going into the final game. It means if we don't beat Club Brugge, we're out the Champions League. No playoff, we're out. Not good enough for Manchester City. Really not good enough. And Manchester City now, 25th. 2 points behind. Manchester City know that they have to beat Bruges. They'll overtake Bruges, so we'll go into the top 24. So we'll go through into the playoff. And City had this game where they wanted it to be, and they've just blown it big time. Blown it big time. PSG now are going to look to, and I don't agree with what they're doing, they're just going to try and shore this up. They've got what they want, the 3 points at the moment, so they're going to make a defensive substitution and they're going to take an attacker off for a defender, and Hernandez is going to come off for Barcola. But it takes a threat of PSG's attack away, and it's going to allow Man City now to push further forward. They've still got 9 minutes of defending to do. But Man City here are getting what they deserve. They've not been the better team. PSG have been the better team. And the free kick given away there by Manchester City as well. Now PSG are doing what Man City should have been doing when they were ahead. Getting free kicks, slowing the game down and frustrating the team. PSG, 20 shots, compared with City's 7. And that's going to be a throw-in for PSG. Here's PSG. They've got another goal. It wraps things up. Hakimi puts the ball in. Slightly heavier touch, and they're in again, and it's a goal. Dembele puts the ball in the net. He looked miles offside, and the flag does go up. And he is offside. Here's Grealish then to Bernardo. Can't find his pass. Bernardo's had a bad game. A really, really bad game. He looks well off the pace. Here's Dembele. He has a shot and Ederson makes the save. Dembele's really caused City problems in this game. Really caused problems. He's only been on for a half the game. And he's caused City all kinds of problems. Corner then for PSG. And out for I mean, they've got a corner. It looked like that was a goal kick for me. Given a corner, though. Another chance here for PSG to put a ball in the box. Remember, if Man City finish outside the top 24 spots, it's not, oh, we'll go to the Europa League, we'll take that seriously and try and win that. We're out of Europe altogether in January. It'll be Man City's worst season in Europe for, what, it's more than a decade. And Manchester City now are at a point of no return. It becomes very much a knockout game next week. It's the league table stops next week. This result stays the same. It's no longer a league table. It's a knockout. It's a you must beat Club Brugge or you go out of the competition. A draw's not good enough for City against Bruges either because we're 2 points behind. Bernardo Silva goes down. It will be a free kick for Manchester City. Can we scramble a point? That point could be the difference between going through it or not. So free kick here for City. Foden, chance to put a ball in the box. He does. Flicked on. Not cleared. Not cleared. Gundo has a shot and over the top of the crossbar. It's the first chance that City have had on goal in a while, that. It's not the worst of efforts from Ilkay Gundogan. Not miles away. If got that on target there, that would have been a goal. Donnarumma sends it long. Rico Lewis will make the interception, and City are going to come forward. They've got to chuck players forward here, Man City. It's poor from Bernardo Silva. It's so poor. 3.5 minutes remaining. 10 likes to 100, guys. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Haaland tries to intercept. Gets his foot on the ball, but it'll be a throw-in for PSG. Here's Akanji. Nods it out for a throw into PSG. City just can't get to grips. They've done since City have gone 2-0 up, they've done absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just been about pretty much what was happening in the first half, apart from PSG weren't clinical. Been absolutely annihilated in this game. It has been an awful performance with an awful result. To summarise what has been, quite frankly, an awful campaign by Manchester City. The only wins we've picked up have been against Slovan Bratislava and Sparta Prague. They have been the only 2 wins that City have got. Dropped points against Feyenoord and Inter at home. Outplayed away at Sporting, against Juventus, against PSG. It's not good enough. City could scramble and win next week against Club Brugge. We'll go into the playoffs. We face any half-decent team, though, we will go out. And if we somehow get to the last 16, which seems a million miles away right now, again, you'll go up against a decent team and we'll go out because we're just not good enough. Notice how PSG aren't having anything happen to their defence. They've made the changes, they've shored things up, they're slowing the game down, and Man City can't get any rhythm going, letting the clock tick away. And they're all over the place. And all of a sudden, I said before that Man City, they've been flat track bullying over the last few weeks, improving the form, and people have been saying City are back and they've been full of confidence. But I said the big test comes when you play the good teams. You play PSG away from home in Paris. You want to get your Champions League campaign kick-started, go to Paris and win. And we haven't 2-0 up and blown it again and losing 3-2. Going up against decent teams, City just cannot cope. They can't do it. They've got no answer. No answer whatsoever. If there's another goal in this game, it's PSG that will score it. And they nearly made it then. Good save from Ederson. So we're going to added time. What's going to be added on here? 4 minutes? 3 minutes. PSG will be like, oh, just 3 minutes to see it out. But the City play, the heads are down, they're beat, they're done. Nearly a poor giveaway from PSG. In the end, it is given away. Problem is, City need to go forwards, not backwards. Rico Lewis just knocks it back 30 yards back to Ederson. He needs to just take control of the ball, look up and play a forward pass. Here's McAtee. Can City just create one chance? It's a heavy touch from Haaland. He's going to commit a foul. Haaland does well to get the ball back. It looked like that should have been a free kick. And City have got free forward here. Here's Haaland, and he's going to get a corner. PSG are just going to chuck everybody back here. I'll be honest, if Man City sneak an equaliser, it'll be really undeserved because it's been a poor performance from City. Really poor. Bar them 6 minutes of madness, there's been nothing in this game. It's been poor. Gundogan puts a ball in. Donnarumma puts a strong hand onto it. And free kick given against Manchester City there. I think it's Erling Haaland that's penalised for shoving Donnarumma there. PSG just waste another few seconds here before they're going to send it long. Referee, I don't imagine he'll add anything else onto the clock. So we're into the final minute. Akanji gets the header. Here's McAtee. Gets his pass to Foden. Again, just PSG doing a really good job here of forcing Manchester City to go back. Rico Lewis trying to get forward. He can't get forward and he'll get a throw in for City. Ederson sends it long. Not a very good ball. Headed clear by PSG. City need this ball. It's given away. Chance here for PSG. Wrap it up. And they do. And the flag goes up now. Offside. How many offsides have PSG had now? 3 goals that they've had ruled out for offside. 3 goals. Here's offside. City could have been on the receiving end of being absolutely hammered. It doesn't touch him. There's a VAR check. It doesn't touch him. Should this not be a goal for PSG? It comes off Josko Gvardiol, hits Josko Gvardiol, doesn't hit the PSG player, and then the PSG player just mops it up and scores. I think it should be a goal. If it was the other way around, I'd be furious. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The game's up. I don't really get if this isn't given, why it's not given. Taking forever to make a decision. It's not going to have any impact on the game. I don't understand why I don't just end the game. Just say, goal or no goal, end the game. Goal, there you go. It said it's a perfectly good goal. And 4-2 PSG. It's a perfectly good goal. And just summarises how bad of a performance and game it's been for Manchester City, again on the road. In the Champions League, it's what, 4-1 against Sporting, 4-2 here, 2-0 against Juventus. Awful, absolutely awful from Manchester City. Absolutely awful. It doesn't come off a PSG player, it comes off Josko Gvardiol, which is why the goal stands. I think the final whistle's gone, which is, I don't understand why the referee didn't just say, give the goal or don't give the goal, and just blow the final whistle. It's just bad. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do my match reaction to this game. I'm not going to sit here and lose the plot, because Manchester City, quite frankly, don't deserve anything from this game. Bar a crazy 6.5 minutes, we've done absolutely nothing. We deserve to lose this game. In fact, PSG, for how dominant they've been, probably should have scored 6 or 7 goals. It's been that bad from Manchester City. Really bad. I'm concerned about going through in the Champions League. I'm just as concerned, guys, that if we do end up going through, about us having a really bad result handed to us because we're just miles away from where we want to be. We're not good enough this season. We're really not good enough. And at the moment, with one game to play, we're level on points with Dinamo Zagreb. We are on 8 points from 7 games, in 25th place, outside of a spot to make it into the playoffs. There is plenty for Manchester City to think about and be worried about. Now, we know that if we beat Club Brugge next week, next Wednesday, this time next week, we go through to the playoff. We will not be at home for the second leg. It will be away from home. So we have a lot to think about. We really do have a lot to think about. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description, so if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below. As I said, do leave a thumbs up now. 9 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And thank you already for tuning in. We'll be back with another live watch-along on Saturday for the game against Chelsea. I'll see you then. As I said, my match reaction will be up in around 60 minutes for you guys. So stay tuned for that. I've been JSGC. Thanks for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.